Bahamas.
Aloha, welcome to the Sandwich Island Social Network on the Porch, the longest running virtual gathering of Hawaiians and Hawaiians at heart in Southern California, Nahoe. And we get all of the ohana over here that are on board. And it's been so beautiful because for more than a year and a half, we've been hanging out. And you know what? We still talk to each other, which is amazing. Because coming all the way from the slopes of Kohala, up in the boonies, up in the way up there where the pigs and the geese and the ducks in the meadow, they all run free up there in Kohala, run out of there. And the elephants, I think they get Hawaiian elephants up there. Pualalia, hana mai kai, what's up, Pualalia?
No, they don't run free, Uncle. We charge them tolls as they go through the property.
Well, Pualalia, I gotta mention, because I don't think he was on the other week.
Good one.
I think he was on the other week. Was not last week, the week before last. We were talking about what kind of things do you collect and all that. And I know Pualalia, you was a collector for Disney stuff. But as we went around the block with everybody, we ended up with Tuila, who had over 5,000 elephants. 5,000 elephants.
Right.
And they were making a mess in her house, is all I can say. It was.
Oh, she gonna grab one now.
Oh, she gonna get an elephant.
She's starting now.
Here it comes. Here it
Another
comes.
elephant coming.
There it comes.
There's another one.
You know what? You leave her alone. In some cultures,
Another one.
elephants are considered sacred.
That's
Leave her
course.
alone.
That's
I have
true.
no problem with elephants.
And then we had we had Kevin Wiedemeyer. He had like school buses. He had school bus this and school bus that.
Big ones, little ones, fat ones, small ones.
He even had a chew toy for his dog that was a bus. It was and then he turned around, he had on a t-shirt that had a bus on the back of his t-shirt. It was oh, and not to be outdone, Uncle Larry showed off his palaka shorts and his palaka shirt. The shirt was over 70 years old, right, Uncle Larry?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That palaka material it stands up, doesn't it? That's why they would use them in the fields from
Oh,
the
baby.
side.
So
And the funny thing was, the shirt that was on the hanger in the back of the closet was the same pattern of what he had on that.
yeah. Was amazing. Was amazing.
1950 AD, around there.
Well, welcome everyone to On the Porch. Always a pleasure. It makes my heart very, very happy. Haole inside Pu'uvai, just to see all of your smiling faces. And so Pualalia, thank you for dropping in and brightening up our day over here. I know Stanley, although he doesn't say it, he is delighted. He gets so excited. I tell you,
He misses me. He
gets the word. You know the word giddy, like giddy.
Yes.
Yeah. He gets giddy when you come.
It's two
I get one
giddy
giddy back.
It's two giddy.
If
You get two.
giddy
I get one
giddies,
back
you're
here.
naughty. If you got two giddy giddies, you're naughty.
He get twin giddies. So welcome, Pualalia. It's always a treat. We know your schedule is really crazy.
Man.
And you've been working a lot besides that. So bring us up to date. What and what's going on the Moku o Keawe?
Well, unfortunately, the last few weeks we have been experiencing record numbers in COVID infections. And it actually really took a toll on everybody around, but it did cause a big rift in our tourism. So we had a lot of people, especially mostly companies doing conferences, meetings, those kinds of things coming from out of state or canceling. So we're back at cutting back hours. People are worried about losing their jobs and all this stuff. But at the same time, it's good. As you know, like you should stay home. If we're getting those infections. I'm categorically opposed to Josh Green, our lieutenant governor, always blaming the COVID spreads, the hotspots on the community, like the people that live here. But every time they open up tourism wide open, that's when we get the spikes. I'm like, so well, I'm sorry. Did 1 and 1 equal 4? I'm not sure what. But other than that, it's beautiful. And of course, we're at that time of the year where we get tons and tons of tropical storms. So that's always fun. Yay.
So the weather has been sporadic, or rains and stuff, or has it been fairly?
Yeah. Up here in Kohala, we always get rain, and it's always super windy where, we can't even have furniture out on our patio. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's up here on the mountain. Other than that, Kona Coast is always hot.
Yeah.
I say we have 2 seasons here. And everybody's like, oh, yes, you have the warm season and then you have your hurricane season. I said, no. We have the hot season.
They look very hot.
And then we have oh my God, it's hot.
Yeah.
So
Pretty much.
tell me, because I'm curious, and we don't see it in the papers very much and stuff. What's going on? If you know, the Protect Mauna Kea, all of that.
Yeah, well, COVID put a somewhat of a stifling on that. And I'm not saying that the TMT people aren't still meeting. The Lahui, unfortunately, this week, the Lahui lost a very, very important member, somebody who had been there since day one, a young, I guess she was a little bit younger than me, maybe about I don't know, 7-8 years younger than me. But unfortunately, she lost her life to COVID, and she, so the Lahui is a little bit in a sad spot right now.
Yeah.
We're fortunate that COVID did kind of come in because no construction can be had up there. Now, everything's kind of like they put the brakes on everything, but I'm a little bit concerned that as we start to open up more and more, that you got to stay Mauna ready. I already have all my gear out front, inside right by the door, so I could just haul it in the car and get back up on that Mauna. Hopefully soon. Well, I mean, not hopefully soon. I would prefer it not to happen ever again, but if it does, we're ready.
The last time you and I were there was February of 2020, right? I spent some time with you, and I spent just chicken skin listening to the chant to the protocol in the morning. It was hard to describe it. It was just so amazing. The spirit, the mana was so strong there. I could feel it. And with you there, and then meeting the great folks. And not too long right after that, when I returned to Keliponi in March, that's when everything shut down and stuff. But it left a lasting impression.
We had already closed down most of it, but there were still the people there that were just we call them the kia'i pa'as, the ones that just aren't going to leave, the immovable ones. Yeah. But there are still a few up there kind of keeping watch, seeing what's going up the Mauna, what's coming down.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, thank you for that on the ground report. You are our live representative. Give us all the 411 of what's going on there. We look to you to provide that for us, and that's great. That's good. Of course, this past week we lost Al Harrington, who had what was interesting was I had booked him for the Aloha Friday show 2 months ago, and I had booked him for September 17th. And the reason why he wanted to come on September 17th was the 1st of September was supposed to be, and he was going to break the news to everybody. It was all hush hush, and I can talk about it now, was that he was to be signed on to Hawaii, to Magnum PI as a reoccurring role on Magnum PI, and he was all excited about it. And he wanted to, when he came on the 17th, is when they were going to start shooting, and he was going to start his reoccurring role as a character on Magnum PI. And I'm so happy about that. About a week after that, I got a call from Catherine Bucknight, who she and I have been working with, his wife, Rosie, and said that he wasn't feeling well. And then shortly after that, he had his stroke. So, had to say, okay, let's just defer his being a guest on the Aloha Friday show until he's feeling better. And he said, oh, yeah, yes, absolutely. He wants to. And then shortly thereafter, we learned that he passed away. And so just some real sadness. He and I, Al Harrington and I, sat at poolside at Catherine Bachknight's house and shot a interview video conversation. He and I, we have about 6 segments. It's about a half hour to 45 minutes worth of just he and I talk story about him growing up and stuff, and really, really good. We laughed, and he's talking about how, what my one regret, what my one regret is, Kamaka? He said, no, that I wasn't born Hawaiian. I went, oh, because I was brought up with all the Hawaiian kids, and they all went to Kamehameha, and I couldn't go to Kamehameha, because I never have Hawaiian blood. Yeah. So I guess I went to the second best. I went to Punahou. I said, well, you didn't do too badly when you went to Punahou, because you ended up at Stanford. Hello. He goes, yeah, I guess I didn't too badly, but it was just a fun interview. And Catherine and I were going to be putting it together. However, his wife has asked that we not do it until she feels comfortable with it. So we're going to hold off. But at some point in the near future, we will release that great interview as a tribute to Al Harrington and his legacy. So amazing. And I'm sure all of you at some point, if you're brought up in the islands, at some point you would remember Al Harrington, larger than life, as into sports, as well as into went back to Punahou as a teacher.
Yeah.
Right. Well respected educator as well. On top of that.
Speaking of the Magnum PI, he was in a couple of the original episodes way back then with Tom Selleck.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And I think that was one of the things that he was really excited about, because, he had that connection. He would have been one of the few people that were on Magnum PI that are still alive or still active, today. Right. So, yeah.
Well, there was 2 boys from Halawa Housing.
Yeah.
With Al Harrington and Baba Pisa.
Wow.
They went to school with Rudy, the younger brother,
Mm-hmm.
who came back and did teach at IA High School.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody knew, and Al was kind of one of the guys we all looked up to.
Yeah.
He played Punahou.
Yeah.
Well, he was the one that replaced Zulu in the Hawaii Five-0, the original, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's an interesting story. He was saying that that Zulu, what was his name? Richard? No.
No, Gilbert
Gilbert
Cowie.
Cowie. Yes.
Gilbert Cowie.
I always think of Richard Cowie as the entertainer, but Gilbert Cowie. That Jack Lord was intimidated by Zulu.
A Zulu? Really?
Yeah. Jack Lord was scared because you know how he, if you didn't know, he was a sweet man, really.
He's got those frog eyes.
Big frog eyes,
I grew up around the corner from him. My brother used to give him licking.
He was in Joyce's class.
Yeah.
Hey, the Tashiros, welcome.
Thank you for letting us join.
Glad you guys made it. I don't know what was happening there. I was trying to say admit, and then I don't know, but welcome. We're glad you made it.
that's not what you told us. You told us something different. You told us we're gonna kick them out. Don't lie, Godfather.
Busted.
We can't get in.
I said those Tashiros. No, no. But at the Hetty, I was going to share. Yes, the story goes that Jack Lord was intimidated by Zulu's size and his look. And when it came time to renew the contract for the new season, Jack Lord actually said, and as the story goes, it's either me or him. If you bring him back for the next season, I'm gone.
Ooh, wow.
Whoa.
It was that serious.
Wow.
And so they let Zulu go, and that's when they brought Al Harrington on, because Jack Lord, it's according to the story, Jack Lord was intimidated and afraid of Zulu.
Like he'd really do something to the star, right? No.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that story that he Zulu was calling him Stony Burke. This is it's Stony, hey, Stony, and he never like that. So that's what I heard.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Somehow he rubbed Zulu somehow rubbed him the wrong way, and it was not, and not too many people remember Stony Burke, right? Because Jack Lord was had that cowboy show, Stony Burke, before Hawaii Five-0, right?
Yeah, right. I'm Stony.
Yeah.
I thought I'm watching them all reruns already. He got them all already.
Right,
He knows
right,
every single guy up there. Okay, Dad, I don't know who these guys are. I gotta go. Man, he's still watching them over there. So yeah.
Oh my goodness. So let's go to the couple, and we love very much, because we love you all, but Auntie Hetty and Uncle Larry, and especially since Auntie Hetty's brother used to beat up
Zulu. Before he was Zulu, he was Gilbert.
Gilbert.
He was my kid sister, my second sister, older than me, Joyce. They were classmates at Fern School.
At Fern, okay.
Yeah, Kalewa Homes we used to live, and Haiti lived close by too. Haiti lived, I think, 50 feet from Fern School, just about, right? I live in Kalewa Homes, but yeah, he went to school with my second sister.
And he went, what high school did he go to? He went Farrington.
No, he went to, where did he go?
I don't know where he went.
I forget where he went.
Okay, okay. Just curious.
Maybe he went Kaneohe Boys Home, I think. Reform school, we call it. Yeah, reform school.
No, I think he went to Farrington. I think. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I have to check with my brother.
Yeah. You know who we had on Aloha Friday show last week Friday was Kimo Cornwell, who also graduated from Farrington.
Yes.
Talented keyboard player who went on to play music back in the day. Stanford Tashiro, maybe there was a group called Beowulf in the 70s. And they were like, they wanted to be a cross between Young Rascals and the Santana Band.
Huh.
And you can put Beowulf in YouTube, put Beowulf, Beowf, Beowulf Hawaii, and you'll hear them at a concert at the amphitheater, what was it? Andrews Amphitheater, and you hear the congas, and you think you're listening to Santana a little bit. And so that's one of the bands that came from, they were students at Leeward Community College for a while, and then they were playing. And then, of course, he went onward. But it was interesting conversation with Kimo Cornwell as well. So what's going on with the Andujas over there? Auntie, you've been busy nonstop. I saw you on Saturday, which was so nice to see the both of you for a little bit.
It was a very nice tribute to Owen. Yeah. And it was good to see people in person, and not on Facebook or Zoom or whatever.
I hadn't seen Auntie dance live for a while. She was out the door. She said, "I'm waiting for Uncle Larry." And I said, it takes about a half hour to 45 minutes to say goodbye, And then I stood up, I turned around talking to Bubba, and there you are up dancing. The song with the whole lineup was so nice. I posted it on our Facebook page. Everybody, it was so nice to see everybody dancing.
Yeah, that song gets everybody going, including Bubba, man.
Yeah, I've been too busy, and Uncle put his foot down. So
good.
I have to. I actually took a leave of absence from my worship hula group because it was getting a little bit too much. And I have to concentrate on my classes, which is okay. You know.
You know, when you're over 80 years old and you come home and you get out of your hula skirt and you change to another one, and then you go out again to perform. I say, hey, you're killing yourself, man. 2 gigs in one, you know, in within 6 hours, 7 hours.
Yeah.
After a while, you will get, you know, you get
Burn out. Yeah.
Just like you and I were talking too, huh, Auntie Hetty? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have to remember I am over 80. So it's okay. It's okay. I'll still keep in touch with the group, but I'm backing off. I'm backing off.
And I'm not that old. I'm only 30 days older than her.
He doesn't do anything.
It's hard not to do something. You have to plan. Anyway, nice to see you guys.
Nice to see everybody. Yeah.
And I'm glad to see you. When you came kind of. You drove straight from Selma, or you got off from Hollywood someplace?
Yeah, I was working on a Harry Potter movie in LA.
Oh.
And I left about 3 o'clock, and I put into my GPS Anaheim. It said 1 hour 15 minutes. I went, oh my goodness.
Wow.
So the 5 was all backed up. So, but I was glad to get there. I know it was toward the tail end, but I was glad to at least see everybody. And
thanks for coming. And nice to see you.
Yeah.
Surprise. I didn't expect to see you, you know, because I know you're
Yeah, that
busy.
was a nice.
It was so good. Felt good. And you know, the movie I was working, you had to wear all black. So I had a black shirt and black pants on.
And he said no black.
He said no black. But before I left in the morning, I said maybe I could get out early. So I put that other shirt.
He had an aqua shirt on.
Aqua shirt.
Woo-hoo.
It was early in the morning. I just grabbed whatever shirt, I put him on there. I said, you know, it'll do. Oh goodness, but yeah.
It was really nice to hear his bandmate, you know, Kimo and what's his name?
Laimana,
Robbie,
And Laimana
and Aki.
And then even the group even before Kaamea was Kulolo, right? So you had Aulani, right? As well as Chris and and that's when I first met him, when they were Kulolo back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, it was so nice. Yeah.
And it was great to hear Aulani sing again. Oh, she has such a beautiful voice.
Oh, that girl can sing, man.
She can sing.
She belts it out.
Yeah. Good. All right. And so we always enjoy seeing you, both of you, Auntie Hetty, Uncle Larry, on the porch, but even more so live. It was wonderful to get a chance to see you guys too. And Uncle Larry is getting more handsome and more handsome, and Hetty is getting just as long
as he keeps that beard trimmed off, it's fine. I can handle the mustache and the little goatee. No more beard. He looks like an old fuck.
I look homeless.
I actually like the beard.
You will be.
You know, Auntie Hetty, don't hold back. Just say how you feel, Auntie. Just
I have no boundaries.
She tells it like it is.
See, honey? See, I want to be like Auntie Hetty.
Let's go to another couple that has no boundaries. DC.
That's why I don't need to put my foot down. My wife think I walk on water.
That's a good one.
Good answer, Uncle Larry. Good answer.
So
I whisper in his ear at night, you walk on water.
You two honey bunnies over there. So,
So cute.
yeah, I should say you
I
guys.
would have gone to Owen's celebration, but I had a commitment with Uncle Randy Saturday morning. And my husband was supposed to go and represent us for a little bit, because then he had to go to work and he never made it up there.
Yeah, well, you know, I cannot be every place at one time.
I know.
No.
I know.
And
Good
he
to see you, bro.
the day before, so
Yeah.
he was.
As usual, Bubba did a really good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had to go to Staples yesterday because my computer went pew.
Oh, poor thing.
Hey, you opened it up and it looked, like those psychological ink blots that you have. Oh, that's what the screen looked like, black and outline and stuff like that. You touch the screen and it would kind of spread like crazy putty, silly putty. So we took it in and the guy says, it's dead.
And the night walkers was walking all over. That's why.
So what? You bought a new pewter?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting it set up for him. He'll probably have it tomorrow.
Well, how old was your old pewter?
5.
Oh, well, you got your money's worth. My goodness, right, poor Lilia?
Yeah.
Between me and poor Lilia, and maybe I don't know who else on the porch over here. We've been through multiple computers in the last couple of years, and you did very well. You did very well. Yeah. So what computer did you get, DC?
Actually, I kept with the HP. I think the reason why my computer, lasted so long was half the time it talks about Twi'lek dancing hula, and then the other half of what it contains is me asking for prayers. So, we kind of Christ-centered anyway. So.
Well, I think HP is good as Hawaiian Portuguese. I think it's good. HP, that's a good brand.
Yeah, I never think of that one. It's a smooth one, Ross. Smooth.
Well, the one that we're watching, we're hooked into tonight is my Fujitsu, which is from 2010.
Oh my, yeah. I think that was my first laptop, a Fujitsu. That thing weighed about 30 pounds. I can't remember.
Oh.
Well, this one has the revolving screen.
Oh, okay. Stanley, did you get that, Stanley?
A little dizzy, man.
Felt like I was on the elephant ride. Hang on a minute. Where are we going?
The torque is singing.
Did you see that? When you did that to Wheeler, Stanley grabbed his desk.
Yeah, earthquake.
I never had my seatbelt on.
He never
Oh my
had his
goodness.
seatbelt on.
Holy smokes. Let us know when you're going to do that again. We'll be ready. Oh, fun it. Woo.
When I was with Aflac, this had been my agent computer, and it was designed so we could turn the screen around for the client, and as we're typing information in, they could tell us if we're making a mistake or not.
Sure. Very good.
Don't do it again, baby.
Yeah,
I won't.
don't do that again.
I'll warn you next time.
Yeah.
So much.
I like these Stanley's trunk.
I'm telling you. It's like, man. Holy smokes, Uncle. We were going crazy there. I had to hang on. I was going to fall out of the chair.
Like I said, I had this thing I posted. I think I saw that.
Yes, that.
I had a picture of me over there going elephants, and it said hide your peanuts. So I was just sharing.
Moving right along.
Moving right along. Oh my goodness! I think this is a good segue right now to visit the Tashiros. I don't know why.
We used up our time, honey. See, it's your fault.
First of all, Mr. Tashiro, I got some, and I gotta tell you, man, I got a report, from the nurses station that you were not a good patient. You weren't following instructions. You weren't stop at the pace that the nurse that you weren't
The
drinking.
nurse was bad.
Oh, yeah. I'm a horrible nurse.
The patient was complaining about the nurse.
But in all seriousness, put all jokes aside, how are you feeling, Stanford?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
The only thing that I still have is some off and on pain in my wrist where they went in. But other than that, so I guess I'm not supposed to lift up heavy stuff, but with my line of work, that's almost impossible. So
Yeah. So they went in through your wrist, you say?
Yeah.
And they insert that That's how they did the stent. They inserted the stent through your wrist.
Yes, they went in through my wrist, and then they were able to get the catheter all the way up to through my arm into my heart, and then put the catheter and all that. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's a faster recovery time
Then from going down there.
Yeah. Down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. We got it. No problem. You don't have to describe anything. No problem.
Yeah.
The
I was talking like
Your arteries in your arm must be
arm
large.
into the leg. And you have to lay for 8 hours with sandbags and not move until everything clots back up again.
Wow. Wow.
Did that. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Top it too.
So you need to go back in to get a status update, or how you doing, or what's the
Yeah, I have a follow-up with a cardiologist.
But you're definitely feeling better now that you got
I don't feel any different really.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Except no
I
pain.
mean, well, I mean, even the pain, that pain went away when I was waiting in the emergency room. It was like, I mean, it was to the point where I'm like, wow, just sitting here waiting. Just go home already. I'm hungry.
Wow. Wow.
But they said, if I left, they have to start the process all over again. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to wait another round. Like, all right, I'll stay. So basically, over 12 hours later?
Oh.
8, 9, 10, 11, 15 hours.
Yeah. Before.
Oh, ER.
Yeah, 15 hours in the ER, and then he got transferred to a room close to midnight.
Yeah. Typical ER.
Yeah.
So I thought, nothing serious. They took their time.
Wow.
But you look good, bro. You look real good.
We're having a rotor.
Good smile.
Because
Wow. All right. So, but Rosie, you were there for that whole episode. My goodness. And then in between that, making sure that little one was taken care of. She got home from school and all of that, because it was just the three of you there.
Yeah. Luckily, old enough now that we can, trust her at home by herself for a few hours. So I took her to school that first day. And then from there, I had Stan in the car. After we dropped the little one from school, we went to the ER. And then I left in the middle of the day to pick her up from school, brought her home. And then, at night, then I went home. So she, get her to bed, things like that. I talked to her over the phone to prep her dinner.
Very nice.
Luckily, she didn't burn any more ramen in the microwave.
No, there's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's growing up faster than. I can't believe it. She's just growing up so dang fast.
Pulalia, when we had our on the porch gathering several weeks ago, I'm seeing her for the first time standing next to her, and I'm going,
since COVID, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Started.
Oh my goodness. She's just about as tall as Mom, I think, almost.
She's about half an inch shorter.
Which means she's already taller than me. How is that?
5'3.5".
She's already taller than me.
9 shoe. I know.
Hey, Daddy, she beat you in shoe size already. Oh my gosh.
Down, they leave Auntie Hetty alone. There's 5-year-olds that beat her in shoe size. Leave it alone.
Oh man, I'd be upset with that.
I had taken my shoes off to dance, and Bubba looked at my shoes and he goes, "Oh, size 2." I said, "No, I've graduated to size 3."
Get it right, Bubba. Right, get it right.
Oh, I have news. It's sort of bad news. So we went to King's Hawaiian for brunch yesterday. The food was, delicious as usual, but they no longer serve pie by the slice. I was very sad. It was very.
Really?
You gotta buy the whole pie?
Gotta buy the whole pie?
Like when you go eat at the restaurant,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
order- people to just order the pie by the slice.
Right.
They don't do that anymore. Yeah. So only cakes by the slice. So I was so
Yeah.
You know what? Think of it like this. Rosina, look at it this way. It's just motivation to eat the whole dang pie. That's all there is.
I was gonna say, depending on who you are, a whole pie could be a slice.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Exactly it.
Marty Burns, you feel me from deep down in my soul. You feel me.
Well put, Marty.
the macadamia nut cream pie. It was calling my name when we left our house. And then
No, I'm a little disappointed if you didn't buy the whole pie, Rosina.
Did you buy a whole pie to take home,
no.
Rosie?
By
No.
the Pal Eat bakery, the bakery side was long, and I'm like, we wanted to go because we ate too much. And we were like, oh my
Had the
gosh.
Kanak attack already.
Oh,
I had a hard
that's
time driving because I was like, wanted to lift up my eye.
No, something I forgot where I was at, and I said, can we order the whole pie? It was like $40 because
What?
per slice, right? Antihedi. No, it wasn't King's Hawaiian. I forgot where it was, but normally the pie is like, what is it? How many slices you get out of the pie? 6?
6 to 8.
8.
6 to 8, right?
6 to 8.
Yeah, usually 8.
So if you figure,
Oh, for me,
if they
for me,
get
it's
$5 or
three.
$6 a slice,
Yeah.
if they get $5 a slice, 8 times 5 is what? $40.
$40.
And so they were selling it. Oh, if you want, it's $4.95 or $5 a slice. We get 8 slices out of that. It's 40 something bucks. I just went,
Do they charge by the slice if you want the whole dang pie? That's ridiculous.
That's at that restaurant. I forgot where it was at, and I said, I don't think so. Yeah.
Remember, so we can put them on blast. 'Cause Be like, never mind. I go in Costco and get one of their pies for $12.99.
6 to on.
Well, if I was cutting it before,
Yeah, well, anyways, but good to see you guys again, Tashiro's, and I'm glad we got you in. I saw your message and we were trying. I don't know what happened.
No.
But
Yeah. She
Thank
said
you.
the same thing. We don't want to let them in either. She said the same thing. I was saying, hey, you got to let those guys in. They have recipes, but no one wanted to listen. Yeah.
Stanley,
Don't
your
listen to me.
nose. Stanley,
Don't listen to me.
your nose.
Don't listen to me.
Oh, Stanley,
Okay.
keep it going. I'm taking notes too, Stanley Gomes. I'm
Listen to
taking
me.
notes.
Don't listen to me.
Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Stanley Gomes, don't you even start. Do you remember? I'm taking notes. Wait.
Love it.
Your turn coming. But before we get to Stanley Gomes, let's talk to the lovely Dr. Kenneth Ng. How are you? How you
Well,
been?
I'm just doing fine. Thanks, everybody. Last week I was actually working when the porch came on. So it's nice to have a Monday night off. In fact, I had Monday off altogether. I went and played golf this afternoon. How about that?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm small kind jealous, actually.
Yeah.
I'm taking a break from work right now to be here.
But here in LA, it was all
You didn't have yours.
I guess there's fires north of us, and the
Yeah.
sky was really gray, and the sun was like this orange orb up there, and I was like, wow. So there's fires closing in on LA, the LA basin is what I'm guessing. I don't know where they are, but boy, the sky is really gray.
That's
Well, they
this
caught
time
that
of
one
year.
lady who started it.
Right.
She
Yeah.
started it like intentionally.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Person fire, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, but it's true. Yeah. Yeah.
It's usually this time of year, though, September, October, where all the wildfires just take over California, Southern California.
The ones in way North California, they've been going on since when? I mean, for months now.
Right, months and months.
And, it affected Southern Oregon, it affected Idaho, whole bunch of Northern and Middle California. And, something like 1 million acres is burning up right now. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
But
No.
today was the first time I really noticed that the sky was just overcast. And at first we thought it was the, the fog rolling in from the coast, right? Which we're getting almost every morning now. But nope, that sun was just this, blurry orange orb up there. And we knew that it was fires, coming through or affecting us, And I didn't notice, I was walking, pushing a hand cart. And the course that I normally play is very hilly. And I'm going up the hill and I'm going, woo, what is going on here? But I really did notice, the particulate matter in the air. I really noticed it today for the first time in months. So I was glad that, Auntie Hetty had us do a breathing exercises yesterday, Oh, wait, you weren't there, Auntie.
Oh.
No. Auntie messaged me. She said, I'm not going to make it today. I've been doing too much. Uncle Larry put the hammer down, and that was it,
Okay.
And you put her on blast.
Yesterday's yoga was the easiest class we've had all year. No, I'm just kidding.
She's pretty mean with that slipper. She can make it to your house with that slipper.
Yeah,
I know it's only this big, but that's okay.
That slipper, hey, that's
real easy. And
well, there was a big gash in my screen door. I don't know what happened there.
Auntie Hetty could get that thing to orbit and wait till you come outside.
Yeah.
Auntie Hetty has the slipper drone. She get the slipper drone. Right, Marty? You get the slipper drone that just hovers right there till you open the door and bang, right there.
That's too much.
Yeah.
But everything's going good up here in LA. Even though the variant is kind of running through the country. At the golf course today, I was one of very few people who came into the course, before we were out on the actual course, wearing a mask. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? Everybody's walking by with no masks. The starter had a mask, because he's got to deal with everybody coming up to the window. And I thought, wow, this is really interesting, that, even though we're outside, yes, I know we're outside, it was pretty crowded. But once I got out on the course where, we're walking off to our ball, and, I took my mask off, but I was very surprised that walking in, almost everyone didn't have a mask on. So I'm guessing, Angelinos are feeling safe, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. But I am going back home in October in a couple of weeks. And, because of because of COVID, the restrictions for how many people can gather for as a group is still quite limited. I was very surprised, but
Governor Ige reinstated the gatherings. He reinstated the low numbers. So maximum gatherings outside are 25 people.
Absolutely, and inside is 10, right?
So you know what bothers me about this mandate? I'm going to tell you right now what bothers me is that bars and restaurants are excluded from that mandate.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Well, on Oahu, they have the restriction unless you're the mayor, because he had his birthday party with 20 some people and nobody was masked. But
The day after they announced it, the day after they announced the limits, when they the day after the mayor said, "Oh well, I'm just gonna have my party." It was like literally the day after.
Did they know Newsom real well, or I'm sure they know Newsom real well, right?
Are they related?
Or maybe
Yeah,
they were at Newsom's party. That's what it was.
the mayor of Honolulu wasn't at the French Laundry, but it was close to it.
That's it. That's it, man.
Well, you know, he knows somebody who knows somebody.
Yeah. It got down to him. It trickled down thing. Yeah.
I think he was.
Hey, little did he know, though, there was some local people waiting for him outside that followed him all the way to his car and was letting him have it.
Yeah.
Wow.
They should have.
He couldn't answer a single question. He just kept walking because this guy was hammering him.
Yep.
Wow.
That disparity is not fun. And so when I think about that, the bars and restaurants, the only thing that comes to mind is the fact that Hawaii has one of the highest liquor taxes across the nation. So I think that's the motivation. I think that's the motivation. I'm just saying.
Go figure.
You know,
huh?
the whole thing gets confusing when there's inconsistency. And just like what we're seeing with the federal mandate, somehow mail carrier or the postal service, Congress and their staffs are all they're not bound by the mandate. So what does that tell people? You know, they like Uncle Ying was saying, "Oh, I saw these people without masks." Well, they're sitting there looking around them and going, "Hey, it didn't matter for this guy, it didn't matter for that guy, it didn't matter for this guy." You know, the people. So, you know, this, and then, you know, with this federal mandate, there's how many 100,000 postal employees, and they're exempt. And you can't tell me that if we're talking that couple 100,000 people, that if they couldn't spread just like anybody else, but why are they exempt? Why is Congress exempt?
Good point. Right.
You know, so, you know, the average guy sits there, scratches his head and goes, "Hey, all I want to do is go golfing." You know,
Yep.
so.
Absolutely. So I'm curious either way, what are you coming home for? What is it, a special event?
Well, it is a special event. It's my mom's funeral.
Oh,
I was back home in July, and I stayed about 3 weeks with her at my brother's house. And then I had to come back to LA, and she died about a week and a half later in early August. But because of the jamming of the mortuaries and cemeteries and hospitals, the earliest date we could get was October 8th. So yeah, we've had to wait a couple months, and so my brother finally did get, you know, a funeral and a burial in Kaneohe on October 8th, and then he told me about the numbers of people who could come, and I was like, wow, you know. So again, it's just going to be immediate family. I guess two of my mom's sisters are going to be there, and one of my auntie's husband, and then the people who are driving them, my brother and I, and my sister-in-law, and the minister, and there's 10, you know. So that's crazy. And then at the grave site, there's a tent set up. The original 10 can be in the tent, and then 15 others, you know, socially distanced around the tent, and anybody else has to stay in their car. So yeah, it's pretty restrictive, very limited, and but you know, we have to get mom, you know, in the plot, and so that's why I'm going back.
Well, so while you're in Oahu, with being very diligent about adhering to those mandates and restrictions, don't
sure.
go down to Waikiki. Don't go down to Waikiki. Don't, because you will see everybody and everything. They don't even know that it exists down there.
It's crazy. I know. I've seen pictures posted on Facebook. You know, our cousins are posting things, And I'm like, wow, it's it's a tale of two cities, really is, man. And it's unfortunate, but obviously we're going to be, in compliance, and everybody's vaccinated that's going to be at the site and all of that. But still, we're still exposing ourselves, and I just hope everybody, is okay and goes home okay. Yeah.
I think Stanford guys experienced that when they were back on the island. You guys were in Waikiki that 1 week after you were with your dad, and you guys went into Waikiki and try to relax a little bit, and little one could get in the pool or in the water and stuff. And I think you shared your experience, just your observation of what you saw there too, and it pretty much reflected.
Oh yeah, you could point out who the tourists were and who the locals were.
Locals were wearing the mask, but
I mean, even the homeless guys were wearing masks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
and this was before the state really opened back up, before, but yeah, I'm sure it's 10 times worse now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah. Some food for thought there. Yeah.
It's disheartening to see. But
Yeah,
at the
that-
same time, it's
you
for
guys-
the people who are complying, it makes me at least happy.
Yeah, you seen that about 4 weeks ago? That lady got arrested, a tourist, for a false vaccination card.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
those are more and more common.
What
Right now.
nerve? What nerve, man? Gosh.
If you're gonna cheat like that, spell the word right at least. Come
I
on.
know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had a miss.
Even if she was Portuguese, I'm like, honey, what are you thinking?
The card.
You know
might
what?
have been
No, that
typed in-
just goes to show that, you know what, petty crime like that, it's just not smart. And
That's
there's
right.
people just totally hit it home every day, just about how ridiculous they are.
That's so dumb.
Like the card was printed in China, maybe. I don't know. Just like one time on my computer about 6-7 years ago, I got some kind of message, Bank of America, and they spelled America wrong. I reported it to the bank, and I crack up. I said, "What a world, man!" Like
They use Google Translate.
I can't believe this world, man.
Well, that's how I pick out the scammers when they send you that stuff, because something's always spelled wrong, or the grammar's so bad that
Yeah.
no institution sent it.
And the other
Right,
trick,
and I like when
the address at the top, and usually it's got the companyname.com, and you'll see it with yahoo.com.
Yeah,
And you know it's a scam.
crazy, man.
well, the funny thing is that the grammar is that bad, and then it's signed something like Bill Richardson. You're like, sure, dude, sure.
Well, I don't. Did I tell you guys about the scammer that called and said that they had my son arrested he got in a fight, and
Yeah.
that I needed to send money to this to have him bailed out, and my son's standing right at the doorway, and I was looking at him. So he's telling, but the weird thing is he had my son's name and my mom's name,
Whoa.
and
Scary.
so then he said, well, I go, so what, so I knew he was full of crap. So I started talking. I go, so what do we need to do? I need to get this thing worked out. My poor son, I don't want him in jail. So he starts telling me about this. He says, well, you got to talk to our lawyer. I said, well, where is he? He goes, well, let me get him. And he pauses for a second, and the same freaking voice, the same.
But
And
it's a small shop. Come on.
Go it
I told him,
along.
hey, you idiot, I'm looking at my son right here,
Yeah, I had the IRS one. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
Oh. They're gonna come arrest you right now.
Yeah, they come and arrest me, and I said, okay,
Okay, I'm waiting for him.
come and arrest me.
Lock the door.
Wow.
You were too cooperative.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And yet, they continue because to some degree
it
they have been
works.
successful. It works
Oh, yeah.
It works.
on some people, right?
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I pass any one of you on the road, I'm not stopping because all you had a chance to get the warranty and you said no. So I'm not stopping for nobody. I'm just letting you guys know right now. That's all. I'm out.
Well, my father-in-law, who's 94, he gets these phone calls, and they're asking for information. So we had to, I went through this with them numerous times. I said, do not. I go, there's no federal agency that's going to call you on the phone and ask you for this information.
That's right.
And I'll be darned if the next time, later, his phone's ringing, he picks it up and he starts talking. And I tell Patricia, go get your dad and tell him. So again, we try to tell him, and he's like, well, what if it is? And what if they need something? And I'm like, nobody is.
Right.
Yeah. And I
You will
guarantee
get
you,
it in writing, Dad.
if they called today, we have to keep the phone away from him because he'll give the information they're asking for. And it's like, he's so worried that something could happen. And I go, nothing, this is a scam. Don't talk to him. And he still does.
Indication of the times. That's the complete indication of the times of how far we have gone.
They take advantage of, it seems like older people has more respect for authority. So the older people are easier to get sucked in, because they think everything's good and authority is calling them and they're trying to help. So,
Dad wanted a car the other day, but I didn't tell you guys, huh? He wanted a car for some dealership. What dealership around here gonna give you a car, Dad? Oh, the one down there. No, they're not gonna give you nothing. They're gonna wave when you go by. They always hit the seniors though.
The news yesterday, I kind of laughed. I said, where's this thing going to end? They said they almost going to be maybe victorious on this robocalls, but they're saying they think the scammers are going to go to robo-texting.
They're already doing it.
They're already doing that.
They're already doing
No, I
it.
mean full force. If they shut the robocalls down, they go to texting.
Yeah.
Well, I got one the other day, and watch out for it on my Facebook Messenger. And it's sent from somebody and it says, hey, I think this is you in the video.
Yeah.
And if you open it,
The virus.
yeah.
Do that.
I got one for Kamaka the other day. I said, hell no. I mean, heck no. I deleted that right away. Let me tell you what.
Because you were afraid of what was on that video.
Well, Lilia, I know you got to run, but thanks for dropping in, Pua Lilia. We love you. Be careful out there. We'll talk soon, yeah? Aloha, girl.
Love you all.
Bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. And by the way, I wanted to mention this. Tashiros, you guys posted 15 fantastic Hawaiian restaurants to try in LA.
Oh, yeah.
You guys ever seen that? I didn't realize there were 15 of them. Anybody saw that?
I read it.
Okay.
I made a comment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What was your comment at the end?
That some of the dishes look really bougie. Not local at all.
Well, wasn't one of them like Korean barbecue and Cajun or something like that?
Cajun.
I was like, no.
And then another one was like, oh, they got Hawaiian and their Indonesian dishes are good too. I'm like, what?
Well, some of them you can pick out from the name of the restaurant.
Marty asked, what happened to Auntie Miley's? At the very top, when you open it, says Auntie Miley's was taken off.
Really?
No excuse, no reason, no nothing. Auntie Miley's and somebody else were taken off.
So here,
but they got Gardena Bowl in there.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Malama Pono Restaurant in Sherman Oaks. And they have a Hawaiian chef, Mario Lopez. It says right here. It says Kalua pork served as lettuce wraps, while their signature loco moco comes topped with a porcini gravy.
That's what I meant about bougie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Should have the chef should have faked his name as Lopes. It'll be more
That's right.
more credible, right?
That's right.
So they got King's Hawaiian Bakery over here, I see.
Don't order the
in
pies.
Which is kind of
Yeah,
why
don't order pie.
Don't order.
Order slice.
Yeah, they should have to list a pie.
Don't order the pie. Don't order
Here's
the pie.
Cafe Lanikai. It's on Wilshire Boulevard. Wow.
What?
Yes, it's according to this, it's at 3435 Wilshire Boulevard, Cafe Lanikai. It says Cafe Lanikai is hidden inside the parking garage of the Equitable Life Building in Koreatown. I'm not making this up. I'm reading it as we speak here. It says it's hidden inside the parking garage of the Equitable Life Building in Koreatown.
Yeah, that's safe in there.
It says this daytime spot serves up pancakes and loco moco for breakfast and burgers of all stripes for lunch. The pineapple teriyaki burger is the one to get.
That's it. Gotta have that pineapple in there.
Burgers of all stripes.
Of all stripes. Yeah.
We get yellow and orange or blue and green.
Here's the hang loose Hawaiian shave ice. Huh? Yeah, at least they got it right. They said shave ice, not shaved ice.
Mhm.
So gotta give them points for saying shave ice, right?
Yeah.
You know.
And at least that has the lihi mui. So
Hey, gotta give them a second point. Good one, Stanford. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so I put it on the Hawaiians and Hawaiians at Heart
Good. Yeah.
group.
So I see Gardena Bowl. I see back home in Lahaina, and what is the
Yeah.
other one that we go to is also Gardena Bowl and King's Hawaiian is on there.
Kings, yeah.
Kings is on there.
Had I think they had Aloha Cafe in there off of 2nd Street. But the last time I went there, Stan and I went there, it was like 11:30. And they were out at specials.
yeah, the lunch special.
Oh,
They were already
really?
out by 11. I'm like,
11:30.
Right.
I was like, get it off the board.
Take a whiteboard. Just take a paper towel.
Wow.
Get off the
Erase
board.
the board.
So yeah,
Wow.
so I ordered. Yeah, so I like, okay, I'll take the other line special. Oh, we're out of that too. I'm like,
It's
then
dead
erase
bubble.
it.
Oh, we get water though. No problem.
You guys ever get the Hawaiian Royale at the Gardena Bowl?
I had it once.
Whoo, that thing is good. Just a conglomerate of everything. Oh, that's good.
A Gardena Bowl go back to 1951, I think, or 52, I think.
Oh, wow.
Way back.
I
Changed
used to
ownership though.
Yeah.
Used to go to Rocket Bowl before.
Rocket Bowl?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Where was
yeah.
that?
Bowling alley off of Redondo Beach Boulevard and across the street from, I think there's a Church's Fried Chicken. We used to have a bowling alley there,
Oh.
and they had a restaurant there, and it was owned by this guy from Wahiawa, because it was my dad's friend's brother from Wahiawa.
You guys remember Paul's Kitchen? Anybody?
Jefferson
Oh, yeah.
Boulevard
Oh,
and Crenshaw. Jefferson and Crenshaw, I think. Inside on Jefferson. Yeah,
Oh,
way
the-
back.
Oh, the one in downtown or Monterey Park?
No,
Downtown.
it was by Crenshaw,
Because there's
just
because
west-
they used to have one in Monterey Park.
Mm, I don't. Monterey Park was too far for me when I first came to LA. I hung around Crenshaw and Wilshire and Washington Boulevard and Adams but the Paul's Kitchen was real good, and the other one was
They still get Paul's Kitchen.
yeah, still there.
Yeah.
And up on Virgil, by LA City College, block in from Vermont, was a small place called Aloha. Aloha, I don't know if it was Aloha Simon or whatever. It was This way back in late 50s, early 60s.
Was it
Wow.
AD or
Yeah, 80, yeah.
Okay, wanted to make sure.
Apparently Pompeii hadn't happened yet.
I'm just curious, I'm just curious.
And you're gonna open the screen door in the back. I'm getting one slipper hovering right there. Right in the forehead.
My drone is on the way.
The slipper drone. The slipper drone, man.
Yeah.
Oh
Ruts
goodness.
is also on the list, and we use them to cater the little one's first baby luau. Ruts.
Ruts, yeah.
Oh yeah, Ruts is good.
Oh, that's right, Ruts. I've never been there.
You said
Yeah.
Ruts or Ruts?
Ruts.
Oh, Ruts. Okay.
Rutts.
Apostrophe S.
Never
Okay.
been
Yeah,
there.
it's right up here on McLaughlin and Washington Place.
Hey,
It's real close.
if I go down that way, it's Tito's Tacos, and that's it. So that's all I
Oh,
want. Oh.
yeah, that's too close.
Or the-
You're
or
Where
right.
do
the-
you guys
Or the
go?
pastrami place.
Johnny's.
Right
Johnny's.
by Johnny's.
Pastrami.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
right around the corner.
Tito's
Nice.
right.
Tito Tacos or Johnny's
That's right.
pastrami.
Yeah.
So
Either
after
one.
Tito's, if I still get hungry, I go to a roast beef place to
Yeah,
take it
yeah,
home.
yeah.
And then I stop at LA Trains, and then I stop at the hobby shop, and then I go home. Yep, that's right.
I know yesterday we went to see Bo and Nappy Jam in Huntington Beach at the Bolsa State Park. They have that Pacific Kitchen, right on the sand. And so I've been jonesing for some poke lately. And so I told Patricia, right before we leave, get a poke bowl. Man, that thing was 3/4 rice, about a tablespoon of fish, then a big ball of imitation crab. And it was $15 and change.
And avocado sauce. And avocado sauce on it too.
Cucumber, all that stuff. I was like, man, I just wanted the frickin' fish, man. And
Fish was the trimming, huh?
oh yeah,
Just like you, Marty, I was ono for some good raw fish, and there's a retail and warehouse, seafood retail warehouse here in Simi Valley, and I bought some fish from them several months ago, and I was ono for the fish, so I went there. Fish is really pricey, but it is the freshest fish. I bought some bluefin tuna, right?
Seasoned now.
Brought it home, and I blackened it. I put furutake on top, a little bit of garlic on top, and sizzled up the frying pan. And went on the side, and then sliced that bugger like that.
oh yeah.
Made some little bit of sushi rice. I had some homemade kimchi. I had some pickled cucumbers I had made Japanese style.
Oh man.
And then I made an Asian slaw with red cabbage. Yeah, red cabbage and carrots and white cabbage. And I made a peanut sauce, kind of like a Vietnamese with peanut butter and a little bit of rice wine vinegar, a little bit of shoyu as a sauce. So had that with the Asian slaw with some peanuts on top, and then the blackened ahi with the sushi rice and the veggies. Oh my goodness, it was ono. I would invite Stanley, but he refused. He refused.
He already got his bib on.
He wanted to come wearing only his bib, and I said, "Bruh, you're sexy, but I gotta draw the line at you gotta wear clothes." He said, "No, I'm just gonna wear my bib." I said, "Bro, I'm sorry."
Come anytime means any kind.
It's okay if it's only the bib because you weren't frying bacon.
Right? Any kind. Come anytime.
And
Talking
don't
about the
forget,
Any Kind Cafe, you can go to Stanley Gomes' house, right, Stanley? It's called the Any Kind Cafe. He little known that he is a closet chef.
Way in the closet, yeah.
When-
Yeah. I counted my hangers. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah.
and I also remember, if it's late at night, if you still can drive, when we closed up Little Hawaii, the one on Vermont and 8th Street, between Western and Vermont, we close it up and we'd go down to Holiday Bowl and the restaurant in there. And my cousin Val, Kamaka, my cousin Val, he would order the teriyaki steak,
Ooh.
the thin meat, roll rice, and it comes with rice and the usual macaroni salad. And then on top of that, on the side, a bowl of Simon.
Yeah, buddy.
Man,
Buddy.
And
Buddy.
and
What's the
I
problem,
don't
Uncle?
remember. I don't remember too much after that, but
Talking about a couple
you guys
big guys
remember
here.
Holiday Bowl by Close Exposition on Crenshaw,
Okay.
right next to Boys Market, almost. Yeah, Holiday Bowling Alley.
Yeah.
Little Hawaii. A lot of guys don't know this, but Little Hawaii was once called the Blue Note when it was Howley owned, and then they sold it to what is his name? He used to wear a hat, I forgot his name. He used to wear black and white shoes, and then he's the one who told the guys to go form a club, and that's how in 1957, 58, the the one closed up 50 years. The club. We used to go to the party every February. A luau. Man, she forget more than me. At the Japanese Cultural Center
I'm
or
doing something else.
whatever.
That's right.
Kona Hawaii. No, it's not Kona Hawaii.
Yeah, the Hawaiian, the
Not Little Hawaii.
Brothers Hawaiian or whatever. The sisters, though, the brothers to the Daughters Guild. His wife was in the Daughters Guild. He was in the, damn, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, now I forget what I was going to say now.
I mean,
Sons
the same boat.
of Hawaii.
Hawaii,
Sons
there
of
you go.
Hawaii.
Oh, boy.
Because I was thinking of another bad word.
Yes. Sons of Hawaii. But that's where they had the idea to meet, and they formed the Sons of Hawaii Club up
Right.
in LA. Yeah.
Wow.
You know who's been very quiet through this whole time has been DC, and I know he's been loading up. He's
Next, I put clean kitchen.
oh, okay.
I do the dishes and cook and I make some dessert.
Oh, good boy.
Okay.
Take
Put
lessons,
the
Larry.
dishes in the sink. Dear. Put the dishes. Very good. Very good.
It's better than Mama is Hapai again.
Woo!
What happened?
What happened?
News to me.
What happened? What happened?
What happened?
Oh,
The days of wine and roses, laugh and run away.
no, you gotta share what you are you imbibing DC, or is this your normal
Normal.
normal? Okay,
Actually, I just put on my baboos. Or did I take off my baboos?
That you're gonna say BBDs. I'm like, oh, thank goodness you didn't do that.
I put the cherries make fruit of the loom.
Oh,
I'll put on my fruit of the looms. When I walk down the corner, my wife looked through this. Hey.
oh, man.
So bad.
Now I feel at home.
Oh my goodness.
What were people
You
for?
guys inspire me.
See, DC, we miss you. Normally it's Tuila by herself, and
Yeah, holding the fort.
and you
I
do
get
add,
3 days off, bro. 3 days off.
is that what's wrong? Okay.
Yeah.
That's an
I
eternity.
get up in the morning, my wife told me, sit down and shut up. But before you do that, go take out the trash. Go water the yard. Make sure the plumeria is okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his nose is growing. His cousin is Pinocchio.
Yeah. Good answer. I love you, baby.
I'm going to give you the
Oh goodness.
Chipulia too.
So I've been turning around the corner to Stanley over here, who has been just closeted. He hasn't come out of the closet. We've been waiting for him.
Still counting my hangers. I told you. I gotta count my hangers.
He's counting his hangers.
Yeah, they wouldn't take my hangers. They would take the good ones and give me the rubbish ones.
He put on his press T-shirt tonight. It looks
Hey, I'm
very
so
good.
glad we all got the red notice to come in red. I'm so glad, guys. I appreciate that. Uncle DC, Brother Stan, and the other one, you know, you didn't get the notice. Sorry, bro. You got to get the notice when you come in here, okay?
Orange County Plumbing, bro. Orange
It don't
County
matter. The bugger not in red, and sorry, Uncle, you cannot. You got to get the notice on time, and you wear red, okay? Yes.
Oh, goodness.
We're all in red, yes.
That's right, brother Ken and me. We okay.
That's all right. It's totally okay.
What's
You
your
got
back?
the car, it's okay.
So Stan, you working? What are you working on?
I'm working on something secret that I really can't tell.
Well, you worked in a car. Did you finish the car?
I did actually. I'm not supposed to make a video. I made a video, and I was going to post it, but it went back to Florida.
What was it? Was that what was it? A Chevelle?
No, I'm not done with the Chevelle yet. I did the Volkswagen Beetle.
Volkswagen. Okay.
And she wanted candy apple red. Well, the closest I can find was in another kind of paint, so I had to buy another kind of paint, and I don't want to, but bought it anyway, and shot it, and turned out pretty good actually. So
all right.
I did a video, but I can't show the video because she's gonna look at it and go, "What's this?" And so I shipped it today back to Florida. So as soon as that's on, I'm gonna post it. So.
Shipping cars across state lines.
I'm
without
telling you, it's
registrations and stuff.
like Smokey and the Bandit. I can't go east, you know. I'm telling you. I'm westbound and down. I'm staying right here. Okay?
Somehow I think it's kind of illegal there.
I'm telling you, you can't take it across the Mississippi line. I'm telling you.
Why not?
Can't do it. Can't do it past the Rockies. That's it.
Do you have any papers for these cars at all, or are
No habla español. No, speak English. Yeah, okay. You know, I had a. Speaking of eating places, I had this guy. They used to the ice cream man. Let's put it plain and simple. He was an ice cream man, okay, but he didn't speak English. He says, "I know speak English, and I know you understand me though, because you know speak English." Now, he either was some kind of Asian, because I don't know if he was from Cambodia, Vietnamese, or I don't know. He tried to run me over one time. Well, let's back up. I tried to push my trash can in front of his wagon, and then he tried to run me over. Put it that way. It was, be honest with everybody. I mean, all I wanted was a fudge stickle, but he didn't want to give me. He just kept on rolling by. I'm like, hey. For the money, he just kept on going. I'm like, hey, next time I'm going to throw the trash can. He came by, never stopped. I was like this, kicked the trash can in front, rolled over my trash can. The next time I went jump in front like a Portuguese, hey, he almost ran me over. So, okay, that's it. I don't like ice cream now, so. Oh, and when you said the attorneys, I know what attorney group that was. That was the attorney group of Hagen and Dazs. I'm telling you right now. Attorney group from Hagen Dazs can I help you. Yeah, I'm just letting everybody know. I'm telling you. Telling you what, right there, that's who they are. Wow, you own a company? Wow, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm looking at Dr. Ken over there. He's just shaking his head.
What can he say?
Well, I might switch, because my law firm now is Ben and Jerry.
See, there you go. I'm telling you what. I had this guy, the other guy next door, he's 31 flavors. He knows the guy. Okay, fine. Bring your attorney over then, And then the guy in the back, his name is Homemade. So, well, bring yours over here too then, yeah.
What about Tillamook?
No, he moved. He moved back to Oregon. He went with the blue herons up there in Tillamook. Don't worry.
Oh, my.
Pro bono.
How about that? Has anybody made their own homemade ice cream?
Not in a long time.
Nobody. Oh my goodness! Only 2 Portuguese did. Okay.
It's been years. It's been years.
Oh, okay. So,
last summer we made guri sherbet. Sherbet.
Sherbet.
Okay. So your base, of course, whatever flavor, whatever juice, like orange, is it a concentrate? You got to use a concentrate to just regular juice?
No, you just use soda.
Yeah, he never concentrate. Come on.
It's sweetened condensed milk, 7-Up,
right,
and whatever,
Strawberry soda.
like if you want strawberry flavor, get strawberry soda.
Yeah.
And then you mix it up and freeze it.
What do you mean you mix it up? You mix it by hand and then you freeze it? Or
Yeah.
You got to put it into a blender or
No, your freezer proof container.
You mean the old style making it like before AD or what?
So
They have one. They have one like that. You know. That's
It's 1800s.
yeah. That's AD though. That's old school.
So you can do it with an ice cream maker,
Right.
You know, you can do it with a hand crank if you get a hand crank. Yeah, we get electric. So I blend everything into a bowl, put it in an ice cream maker, let it run for a while, and then let it sit in the freezer overnight. But if you don't have an ice cream maker, you still can make it. Just have to, when you mix everything, put it in a container, and then every hour you gotta mix it, and then put it back in the freezer until it starts to freeze around the edge, and then you just leave it. So you would have to mix it probably about 3 or 4 times. So 4 hours, you know, once an hour, and then sit in the refrigerator and then eat it the next day.
that's a lot of work to
That's why
It's a lot.
Now you know why I tried to stop the ice cream man, huh? I might be Portuguese, but hey, you know, that's way too much work. Way too much work.
Oh, Espanol.
Way too much work.
So I can post a recipe.
It's not a family piece, so he can post it.
I don't know if you guys remember when I was a little kid in the last century.
Okay.
Only sherbet I ever knew. And we used to go to the restaurant at least once a week when Dad, you know, payday, whatever. And I thought sherbet was always orange because that's the only flavor they had.
Yeah.
It was always my mom would always get orange, orange sherbet, and she wouldn't have to say orange; she'd just say sherbet. But at that time, back in the 50s at least, or the late 40s, all the sherbet. You remember that?
only orange sherbet. Yes.
But you know, Uncle, when you say that, that's the first thing I visualize is orange.
Yep.
When you say sherbet, I see orange.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
That was the only flavor basically until they made all these other flavors. You know.
See, there's a sherbet, but I thought you meant the guy that collects cans. He makes sherbet too. He drives a truck now. He collects all the cans and he collects all the metal. He goes down and gets $1.28 from the store, and that's it. He's happy, you know. Get his wine, and he's all set, you know.
That was my mom's steady when we used to go to Kaimaki Inn or, one of the fine restaurants in family style restaurants. And I remember the prices were so cheap, relatively speaking, you know, for inflation. But my dad used to give 35 cents, 50 cents tip. If you give somebody that tip today, they'll throw it back at you. At that time, the whole family would cost my dad maybe $3, roughly, you know.
Sure.
Amazing, man, how things have. And I remember my parents talking about a candy bar for a nickel when I was paying $0.25. But now what do you pay for a candy bar? $1.50?
It's crazy.
Oh yeah, easy. Yeah.
Easy. Well, I mean, it's just like
What we were 30 years ago.
Yeah, amazing, man.
I mean, it's just like when I was a kid, Manapua was $0.25. You know, you could easily Manapua for $0.25, and then it went to 50 cents, and now it's like $1.75, $2 now.
Which is where the names of the store. Remember the 5? We say, oh, we're going to go to the 5 and 10.
5 and dime.
Right? Because everything
dime,
at the store.
5 and dime.
5 and dime.
5 and dime. Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin.
That was $50 and 100. Yeah, Ben Franklin. Yeah.
Franklin's, yeah.
Yeah.
But Kamaka, I told you the story before a little bit, but Keone's uncle
Oh yeah.
in
Eva.
Tenny Village, owned a little place to eat inside the swimming pool, you know, right next to the swimming pool. And he has he collected all his uncle's old stuff from the restaurant. And he got the menu.
Wow.
Beef stew. Now get this, that's what a penny counted. Beef stew, 32 cents.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 cents is in there because a penny still counted, you know.
Yeah.
But Simon, 15 cents, large 20. It
Wow.
boggles the mind when you live all these years and you see. But I remember my parents was telling me stories at their time back in the teens and the 20s when things was like a nickel and I was paying quarter for it, you know. But also, I always told my dad this. My dad only went to the 6th grade, but he had street smarts. But sometime he was kind of unfair. He said, hey, how come all these? I said, Dad, your wage is also a price to the guy paying for it. So if the hamburger is from $0.50 to $1, your wage probably going to go up close to it. You usually scratch and you just, you know, you don't actually get there, but you know how life is. You always seem to be a little short. But I said, your wage is a price of your labor to the person paying it. So you got to look at it that way, because if things went up to $5 from $1 and you still made 50 cents an hour, it couldn't go to $5. You wouldn't be able to buy it. So the economy got to be balanced to survive.
Yeah.
That's economics 101, okay?
Yeah. Well, you know,
Basic,
with that,
but
with
a lot
that-
of people don't realize that they got that human greed in them. They want to make more money, and the prices stay down.
Mhm.
Heck, when I left my job, I was making $105,000 a year. Okay, when I left after 50-something years, you know when I hired in, I made $6,000 a year. I was making $3 an hour. A year is about 2,000 hours, right? Roughly 2,080 a year wages. I was making $6,000. When I got out, I was making a little over 100,000. But in a sense, I felt kind of richer when I was making 6,000.
Interesting, yeah.
Amazing, man. I hired in at 298. I remember that. And when I was in the Air Force in Japan, I sent an allotment home to Bank of America, Bank of Hawaii, I'm sorry. So that when I got out, I got a little bit of money saved. I was getting $19 every 2 weeks. And I loaned people money. Amazing, man, because things were so cheap. Japan was 10 cents a gallon for gas, and I would go off the base, and 80 yen, I would get a good meal of fried rice, you know, mix it and all that, off base, right out the gate. A quarter, and a quarter, $1 was 360 yen. So a quarter was only about 80, 90 yen, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a steal. And I would go get a haircut.
That's good.
Not a mud pack, but a haircut. Slap your head, you know, massage your scalp. Or a Japanese guy. Oh, he's real good.
Wait. Slap your head. Where'd that come from, Uncle?
No.
What place did you go and put slap your head?
Oh, he's all right.
Slap your head.
But anyway.
You talking about something totally different, Uncle. I don't know where you go to red light district down there, but hey, you're not talking about slapping your head anywhere. Come on.
I would get the works at the barber shop, but I would tell him.
I bet you did. Now you weren't there to auntie, so I'm gonna say it, but I'll bet you did.
It was about 80 cents, and I gave him $1 for tip, man.
I got you, Uncle. No worries.
Yeah, you're right.
Amazing.
Yep.
Hey, Uncle Larry, you know, I was making $26 every 2 weeks, right? $26. And let me tell you, I could loan money out.
Right.
If I loan $5 out,
Interest.
you gotta pay me $10 back.
That's right. Interest is high.
And when I came back, I bought my mother's house.
And it's,
How it was.
a lot of these dumb howlies, they would do that, man. They get all drunk and they don't want money. The day after payday, they already broke. They would come to me,
Yeah,
I need a few bucks.
exactly.
You know? I loan them $2, $3. It's big money when you're on the base.
Okay.
They pay me back, 50%.
Here's Kamaka reeling everybody.
Who fell overboard?
Crazy.
Stafford,
I can slap you.
Stafford, bring out your reel. Help me reel this thing in.
I can slap your head
Hold on
for
a
free.
second. First of all,
Auntie.
I'm still stuck at Stanley wanting to get a slap in his head.
No, I just asked how you get slapped in the head. I get slapped in the head all the time by my mother, but still.
And Stanley, we pay him $3.80 to go back in his closet. Actually,
I'm telling you, all I heard was slap your head.
Hangers.
That's I caught them already. You know, nobody took my hangers. Don't worry.
Let's take pictures here, guys.
I'm telling you.
My goodness.
Boy.
This is
My
great.
stomach hurts so bad.
No. I don't- On a count of three, everybody fan themselves. Everybody themselves. 1, 2, 3.
Everybody found themselves.
I got the vapors.
Oh my goodness. Everybody, you are just off the hook. Some are more off the hook than others, but we won't go there.
My side hurts.
This has been On the Porch with the Savage Island Social Network. Another fun session together with the family. Laughter is so wonderful, and sharing it with the family is, I mean, it's all the endorphins and all the
Dolphins. What?
all the dolphins.
Dolphins?
All the dolphins.
Hey, we got elephants. We don't need no more dolphins, okay?
Elephants start going.
Man,
Ken Ing, tell me about the dolphins. The dolphins.
Oh,
The
Lord.
dolphins that go.
No dolphins. No
Oh
dolphins.
my God. Love everybody. You guys have a great week. And we'll see you next time on The Porch with the Savage Island Social Network. Aloha, everybody.
Aloha.
Aloha.